Netherlandish Proverbs, also known as Flemish Proverbs, is one of the most unusual paintings by Pieter Bruegel the Elder. Painted in 1559 in oil on wood, the work is now kept in the Berlin Picture Gallery. Like several of Bruegel's other multi-figure compositions, it is remarkable for its enormous number of characters, details, and small scenes united by a common theme. At first glance, we seem to be looking at a vast scene of everyday life. But almost every episode has an additional meaning. The painting is filled with images connected with Dutch proverbs, sayings, and idiomatic expressions. Researchers have identified more than 100 of them, although some can no longer be interpreted with complete certainty because the original expressions have disappeared from everyday language. Bruegel literally turns language into images. A proverb becomes an action, a figure becomes its participant, and the entire painting becomes a vast visual dictionary of human behavior. For example, a man banging his head against a wall represents an attempt to achieve the impossible. Nearby, another figure hangs a bell around a cat, an image of planning something that is almost certain to fail. A character capable of swaddling the devil's stubbornness that overcomes everything. Another figure carries fire in one hand and water in the other, symbolizing hypocrisy and duplicity. And to confess to the devil is to divulge secrets to the enemy. Other scenes explore greed, foolishness, carelessness, and the desire to gain an advantage over others. We see someone throwing money into the water, a fisherman missing an opportunity, and figures trying to benefit at someone else's expense. The painting also includes the saying, "There is always a bigger fish," expressing the idea that no matter how strong or successful a person may be, someone stronger or better can always be found. Yet Bruegel is not simply mocking humanity. This is one of the most important features of the painting. Despite its satirical subject, the artist shows an extraordinary interest in life itself. He carefully depicts people, animals, buildings, objects, and the smallest details of everyday activity. This combination of satire and genuine attention to the visible world gives the painting its remarkable character. This is not simply a collection of old proverbs. It is an enormous picture of human behavior. Deception, competition, foolish decisions, carelessness, vanity, work, fear, and the desire to succeed all appear within the same visual world. Many of the images can still feel surprisingly familiar today. The proverb "you cannot gather spilled porridge" expresses the idea that once something has been done, it cannot simply be undone. Putting a stick in someone's will means deliberately obstructing another person's plans. And the image of a blind person leading another blind person warns against learning from someone who lacks knowledge himself. The history of the painting is also fascinating. Bruegel's son, Pieter Bruegel the Younger, produced around 20 copies of his father's work. Not all of these copies reproduce the original exactly, and some differ in individual details. The best-known example is preserved in Antwerp, at the Museum of the House of Snitters and Rocox. Netherlandish Proverbs can be viewed as a kind of encyclopedia of human weaknesses. At the same time, it is a remarkably lively portrait of 16th century society. Bruegel does not simply ask us to look at the painting. He invites us to investigate it. The longer we examine the scene, the more stories we discover. And gradually, the countless individual proverbs begin to reveal a larger theme. Human nature itself, with all its weaknesses, contradictions, ambitions,